Linguistics is the scientific study of language, so we should answer the question, what is language? A language is any structured system for encoding information. Mathematics can be considered a language, as can the rules used for sending information over the internet. Pictures, movies, and text are all transformed into zeros and ones and transmitted over fiber and telephone wires to servers and other computers on the internet. Linguistics is focused on natural languages, which are those that arose naturally over time, such as English. Natural languages are used to communicate people's thoughts and feelings, amongst many other uses. Natural languages are incredibly diverse and show all kinds of variation in grammar and sound systems. Linguistics studies all the different aspects of natural languages. Languages use sounds to encode meaning. How sounds are used is studied in the branches of phonetics and phonology. Phonetics looks at the mechanics of sound production, while phonology studies how sounds are used in language. In phonology, sounds are abstracted into phonemes, which are the small units of sound that have a difference in meaning. A phoneme might sound different depending on where it is used. For instance, the P in spot sounds slightly different to the P in pot. The P in pot has a little puff of air. Phonetics would look at the actual physical sounds used, whereas phonology would look at how the sounds are perceived by speakers and how they form part of words and perform grammatical function. When humans speak, they produce phonemes that form part of the words of a sentence. The technical name for a word is a morpheme. These are the fundamental building blocks of meaning in any language. Some languages might use smaller morphemes or bigger morphemes. To be even more technical, morphemes are actually the smallest unit that has some kind of meaning attached to it, and they aren't always exactly equivalent to words. Cat is a morpheme, but the less in hopeless is also a morpheme. The field of morphology looks at how morphemes are constructed. As you're speaking, you place morphemes into a specific order to form sentences. Now we're getting into syntax, which is the study of how morphemes are arranged in a sentence. All languages have syntactical rules. Some languages might be more relaxed with regards to word order because they can mark the meaning of words for prefixes and suffixes, but they all have rules regarding how sentences are put together. Now that you have your sentence and everything has been arranged by the syntactical rules, we come to semantics, which asks the question, what does this all mean? Semantics looks at meaning and how words are used to send the desired meaning. Shit, bowel movement, and manure all refer to the same thing, but they're used in different contexts and have different connotations. Now you're talking and communicating your thoughts and feelings. This is where pragmatics comes in. Human culture is quite complex, and certain statements might be seen as rude in one context, but fine for another. Not only that, but we inhabit lots of different environments, and the words we say will be interpreted based on where we are and who we're speaking to. I saw the man with the binoculars could mean I saw a man who had binoculars, or I used binoculars which allowed me to see a man. Pragmatics can help us to understand things like, do you want to come up for some coffee? Maybe this is an innocent request, or maybe your partner has something more than coffee on their mind. We use language in all sorts of ways, and pragmatics studies how our words are related to ourselves and our surroundings. The fields of phonology and phonetics can get very technical, but as you study the aspects that take a broader view, you'll see the fields look more and more at the people using the language and what this says about the people and their culture. Near the top of this technical to abstract pyramid are fields like sociolinguistics and the philosophy of language. Sociolinguistics looks at how the different aspects of human life affect how language is used. Languages vary by region, but also by gender and socioeconomic standing. Aspects of language such as register, which is the use of certain terms appropriate for the situation, such as using intoxicated while in a courtroom, dialect, and accent are studied here.